On. All right, welcome back to another stream. I got back as home as soon as I could. This just literally went PDS a little bit ago. This is a PDS. Not, well, there's a PDS tornado warning on the south side of this, but there's now a tornado emergency in place. In Mississippi here. This says update 6 minutes ago. So this particular tornado emergency has been going on for even longer than that. The few minutes that I've actually been, well, the few seconds I've been live, but there's a likelihood that this does end up getting extended in a second here. This is where our debris signature is on this thing as well. It's making its way northeast. It's gonna be going towards it's gonna be going towards Dick and Bude in Mississippi here. So if you know those areas, make sure you get to your safe place as you're in a tornado warning. Well, particularly a tornado emergency, which is the highest level tornado warning you can get on a tornado warning. Catastrophic situation. No idea what my audio is even on right now. All right, be good to go. Also, as you may notice, I am back at my main setup. So we should be having a lot smoother in terms of pretty much everything, I hope. Hopefully, my internet connection with OBS actually works properly, which it should, at this time at least. Alright, CC did just update, so got a debris signature here, just over near, I can't even see what this is because of the giant arrow. But this could be just northwest of Mount Olive in Mississippi here. I make sure, because I have my audio going through my headset, so I make sure my audio is actually working properly. And it looks like this tornado warning storm also just went observed as well. So it's going to be another tornado on the ground near Purvis, Mississippi here. I just realized a lot of my color tables are not on the right thing. But well, I'll deal with that later. Also, I just switched my quality on my webcam here. So this has been. I wonder how far back can I go here? I can go pretty far back. Is this one? This one was observed and then went PDS. And then this is when both alerts went PDS, and then this continued to be PDS. You can see your debris signature. This originally started near Possum Corner, Mississippi, and make its way through Ireland and Garden City and Knoxville in Mississippi. And this is when it was still PDS warned. And then, once again, as of the last few minutes or so, updated 9 minutes ago now with this tornado warning, with being a tornado emergency situation. So this is, I think, the third tornado emergency of the year that we've had. And we can take a look at our velocities too. We got really strong velocities on this that we've had on this particular tornado too. I need to update my description as well. That'll be another thing to deal with later at some point. But we'll go back to current with velocities and CC. So we still have a debris signature here. If I imagine, let me go to radar omega because this might show a little bit different picture here. Or not, because radar omega is completely broken. 502 bad gateway. Nice. All right, so I guess we're going to GR2 instead, which honestly I'd rather use that anyways. And Firefox is being broken. What? Okay, what is with me with having issues? This is Firefox that has most issues of everything, but I tried to use weatherwise and all that. It makes no sense. And this decided I did not zoom in at all. What are you doing, Firefox? All right, I think they just I heard an update sound, but I'm not sure where that came from. Definitely wasn't weather-wise, though. Okay, they just issued another tornado emergency. That's for Meadville, Brookhaven, Auburn, Bogue, Cheeto, Ruth, and Mississippi. I also got East Lincoln in there. I keep hitting my arrow key like they wanted to make the lesser equal sign keys. Yeah, everything's getting laggy because of I think. Let me just pause the actual thing here. What I it has to do with my GPU at this point with the type of lag I'm getting. I swear. But anyways, a little bit more just zoomed in here with this particular tornado emergency. We got Quinn, Lucian, West Lincoln, Williams, Vaughn, Cobb, Zetas, Montgomery, New Site, Fair Oaks, Fair River, and Bristolville in Mississippi as well. And we still got and this just went PDS as well over near Pulvis. So we have a PDS tornado and a tornado emergency ongoing in Mississippi. So we have a PDS tornado on the ground near Purvis in Mississippi. That's gonna be. This is gonna be going south of Hattiesburg too. Is there a camera? There's. Oh wait, there is a camera in Hattiesburg. But is this gonna be able to see it? No. This is gonna be rain wrapped more than likely. If there is a tornado, it seems like. All right, we'll go back over to the tornado emergency while we're at it. This is gonna be going for an hour with this tornado emergency on this one here. What's my? I'm gonna take a look here. I mean, it's everything I have is not using that much in terms of resources on my PC, so I'm not sure why things are being laggy as they are right now. Was going to say tornado emergency and then also a PDS tornado warning. So 2 deadly tornadoes are on the ground right now in Mississippi. Make sure you are in your safe places if you haven't already gone to those. Tier 2 analysis is not laggy, so it's literally just Firefox being Firefox right now. All right, so let me go over to GR2 analysis real quick here, because that seems like it's gonna be the less less laggy option right now. And I mean, the color table is, I mean, it's not great, but we're gonna have to work with it for right now. You can see where our area rotation is down here, and then we got our CC drop that's in there, over near Purvis. That's our PDS tornado warn storm, which went PDS a little bit, like not even a couple, like maybe a minute or so ago. Yeah, literally after closing out weatherwise on my Firefox, everything went back to being not laggy. How does that make any sense? All right, yeah. The radar in Birmingham, Birmingham KBMX radar, which is Birmingham. That radar is down because there is a severe thunderstorm warning over near Demopolis that has it being warned for 3-inch size hail, same upper winds and total polysag on it right now. Our velocities are looking like. Now let me go over to our tables, because then I can get a better velocity table hopefully here. Why is my hand hurting so much right now? Download that. And then I also need, oh wait, I apparently already have the things I need. Just I need to actually change it. Yeah, there we go. And then base reflectivity, I need radar omega. There we go. So yeah, there's what it looks like now with the color table that I just applied. And I need to go back a little bit in frames here. So you take a look at our debris signature we had earlier on this tornado, which wow, okay, this went way back there. So this is when you have your, well, this is how I kind of have it set up. So your maroon is this radar indicated, and then you have your red, which is confirmed, and then this went pink, which is your tornado PDS tornado. When you see your velocities and also your CC drop on it, which I do wonder if this is like a bound weak echo region that we had on this thing too, because just regarding how strong a tornado that we have had on the ground, and potentially still have on the ground here, as of the latest scan. Which, I mean, looking at the latest scan in terms of CC, it's not super deep. I mean, there's still a debris signature there, so it's still probably at this range. I don't know how far out in terms of beam or over here, but typically, I mean, especially if it's far away, when you have deep debris signatures on radar, that's typically between velocities and CC. That's typically where you have a signal of, hey, you have a violent tornado that's on the ground. And this update here is when it was just east of Garden City. That is when this thing went tornado emergency, which is a catastrophic tornado. And looking at velocities, which are a little bit messy, but you can just see how strong of a tornado we have had on the ground there. And once again, still looks to be the case that we still have a tornado on the ground now. Still make its way northeast here, going south of Butte, Mississippi. Also, I think my camera decided it wanted to break itself. Oh, 1 second. Let me fix that. Okay, yeah, why is that doing that? That makes no sense. Yeah, this thing's just being completely broken right now. What is going on here? Like, it was literally working like 2 seconds ago. I'm not sure what's going on. Do I need a... Hold on 1 second. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Not that. Yo, I don't know what's going on with this thing. This is the first time I've seen my webcam do this. This is just weird. Alright, so we're going to just say screw it and go without the webcam for right now. Alright, go back over to the other PDS warning that's going on right now, which is this one here. Just way south of Hattiesburg here. Which this one I was not expecting to go PDS, but I do want to take a look at the environment as well while we're at it. Two pinks showing. My nose is. My nose not. This is not the time to be sneezing right now. This is serious business time. And then just taking a look at velocities, which I mean, on weather-wise, it'd be a little bit more cleaner than this compared to GR2. Which, if I could actually go to that. Maybe we actually have a radar that's a little bit closer than the New Orleans radar, which is the one over here in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. And you can see even on this one here, we had really strong velocities. And this one, I mean, this one observed, but then went PDS real quick, it looks like, for the most part. And looking at latest velocities, it's a little bit more broad. Not seeing a deep debris signature like we were earlier. I'm gonna replug in my. All right, how about now? Nope. Okay, great. I love when things don't work properly. No, I don't. I hate when things don't work properly on these streams. There's always, I swear, this past couple of streams, there's always been something that does not want to work. I don't know why that is. All right, still tornado emergency still in place. This is a tornado. I mean, this has been in a still going for it's going for an hour, but it's probably at I don't know if we're at the 45-minute at this point. Let me take a look at is radar. Let's see if radar omega is working because radar omega is a little bit better at showing the time frame compared to weatherwise, which won't show 45 minutes till like it actually hits like won't show under an hour till it hits like 45 minutes. Really weird. Yeah, so we got a little we're a little under an hour now on the tornado emergency. It's gonna spare out in the next 52 minutes with the tornado emergency. Let's see if I can get this thing video capture device. Not that. There we go. I don't know what this thing was on about earlier. It's a little bit low, but hey, got it to work now. That's a positive. All right, looks like they have now dropped that tornado emergency tag now. But we still have that PDS tornado warning still ongoing over on the other side over here in Mississippi. Although it does look like they're going to be dropping that PDS tornado warning as well, looks like in the next few minutes or so. I probably should get water in a second here. I can tell my voice is what's it called, the horse or whatever, or it's when it's dry. And then they just issued, well, actually, wait, they issued a new tornado warning somewhere. It's also in Mississippi, Richton, New Augusta, and Reynoldstown, which is this one right here. So they're continuing that as a confirmed tornado warning, but then they issued a radar indicated tornado warning ahead of it. So it looks like they are probably gonna be. I mean, if we don't have a tornado underground at some point here, looks like they're just gonna continue this as a regular tornado warning. Rotation does look a little bit more broader than the past couple other scans that we saw earlier, which is likely why. Yeah, now okay, yeah, now everything's not laggy all of a sudden after closing out weather-wise. I wonder if it's trying to compensate with my large monitor I have, which is might be why. Although it works perfectly fine with GR2, so I'm not sure what's up with that. So it looks well. I should be able to drop my PDS tag in a second here. And they just went back to PDS on this thing. Okay, we're not. All right, so we're back to having PDS tornado on the ground. This is likely gonna be near Little Springs in Mississippi here. So if you're near any of these areas here, because this has been heading in a northeast direction. So if you're in West Lincoln, Thayer, and Hartman, continue to stay safe place. We also just once again we just got a upgrade to this tornado warning here. Particularly a PDS tornado warning, which a particular dangerous situation tornado warning. So that is the let's say second, but because you got tornado radar indicated, tornado confirmed, so that'd be third on the level 4 tornado alert. So not really see anything at CC, but um, definitely have strong velocities, no doubt about that with this thing. All right, so this tornado warning over here, well, it still has the observe tag, but the PDS tornado warning over here just got expired in a second here. But this one is the one that just got upgraded, and this just got, I think, probably this. No, it's going for 47 minutes. Once again, this is the weird thing about weather-wise, where they'll show an hour even though it's not an actual hour that's going for. It's really weird. I probably should set up my chroma key. 1 second. There we go. And I actually set up the right thing. That's a surprise. Usually it doesn't do that at all. Once again, I still strong velocities, not seeing once again, not seeing just because you don't see anything on CC. However, doesn't mean there's not a tornado on the ground. This is probably weather spot confirmed too. Radar, actually, it's radar confirmed. Actually, that's interesting. I thought there was gonna be like weather spot confirmed or something on it, but no, it's radar confirmed. Oh, I got hiccup. Once again, to continue to stay safe places, as there is a PDS tornado warning in place for these areas here. Once again, that is PDS or particularly dangerous situation. And then they still have this as observed over here, although not really seeing anything. We got Corey Gherkin on that one, but even then, not really seeing much. But we could, I mean, there's a potential we could have a weaker tornado on that, but I don't think that is. Well, let me actually go to Corey Gherkin's string real quick because I was about to say I don't think we actually have a tornado ground, but storm chasers will be able to have a much better view than well, anybody that's looking radar at face value typically. And looking at, well, I mean, there's a ton of trees in the area too, so that doesn't exactly help either. Because that is the one thing about the southeast when it comes to storm chasers doing chases in these areas. There's a ton of trees, which makes it very hard to see tornadoes. Now I need to look at what our environment looks like too, because that's been something I've been wanting to look at, but I just have not got around to yet. Yeah, my voice is very dry. Yeah, well, I mean, I will say we definitely have a very unstable atmosphere here. Much more, everywhere northeast of these cells here are, it's much more stable over here in Alabama. Although we do have that one severe distortion with the large hail, which is, I mean, I don't think our cold fronts made that far down south yet. I wonder what their storm relativity. Probably like on the effective layer, it's like 300. But I think there were some vertical wind profiles that, yeah, even looking at the photographs, I mean, they're very curved. But looking at these areas here, I mean, storm relative velocity is not even at like 200. So these are like working off of low amounts of storm relative velocity and still producing strong to violent tornadoes, especially, well, specifically this cell here has been producing strong tornadoes and actually a violent tornado because it did go tornado emergency earlier, which is typically used when you have, well, populated areas, but also violent tornado too. I don't know if we can, yeah, weatherwise doesn't go that far back now, unfortunately. However, my radar omega does. So we'll go over to that in a second here. Now, one thing I've been kind of waiting for is to see. Well, I've been waiting for because you guys, I mean, those who are on iOS probably already knows about weather front, but if you're on Android like I am, you don't get the luxury of having that app quite yet. So, which I want to try Weatherfront, but it's gonna be a while. Although they did say before, okay, why is this saying it does not want to load now? This is the thing about Radar Omega; it does not load things it should be loading. This is why Radar Omega is behind. This is why Radar Omega is behind right now on a lot of things. I think they just took that back down on this tornado warning here. That's no longer PDS. So yeah, that's no longer PDS. I think, yeah, all our tornadoes warnings are now radar indicated. So everything is just rotation for the most part. Although I would not be surprised if the cell here, just considering it's already produced multiple tornadoes already, I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to do so again, if at all. Yeah, I'm getting water. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh yeah, and that's a nice thing too about being at my main setup. I don't have to go far to get water. Well, not that my other setup I didn't have. I mean, my other setup in my dorm I didn't have to go far either. But I don't have to like hit there be a race screen or anything. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, so the GR2 at least goes far back enough that we can take a look at everything. So, all right, go to GR2 analysis. Honestly, I feel like I should use GR2 analysis more often on these streams. I mean, even though it's older, I mean, yeah, it's older, but it's reliable. Much more reliable than Radar Omega ever was. Or is. I sound like I'm, like, considering I use Radar Omega, I know I sound like a crapping out, but I mean, I kind of am. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just that the recent uses of it have not been super great, to be honest. Or it hasn't been super reliable in my cases recently. I don't know why. It sucks too, because Radar Omega I've used for years. And it's done pretty well for the most part. Yeah, anyways. So here's where once again, just run through everything. So here's your debris signature. This was when it really had the deep debris signature. And saw of course, this is when it was PDS. Initially PDS, because you have your strong velocities, you got deep debris signature. That went over through Garden City. And I would not be surprised if this thing was a very large tornado just based on velocities. And then this moved off towards east of Garden City. And then this is when it went tornado emergency here. And it can still strong velocities, deep debris signature on CC. And once again, I would not be surprised if we had a very large tornado that was on this thing earlier. And then the next scans kind of came in, and you can see that CC becoming smaller, 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 smaller. Which, I mean, even if you have a small CC, you can still have a very strong tornado on the ground. But this was probably likely in the case of where it was starting to kind of die down here before. I mean, it did go PDS again, so probably was producing one more strong tornado for a bit, and then we arrive at now where it's radar indicated rotation. So now it's nothing that's actually produced. Well, as of right now, it's not producing anything. It will say we're definitely have to keep an eye on it in case it does end up producing again, because so far our this section of Mississippi here has been seems like the main area to go for with having to watch for tornadic activity, especially with these two cells. There was actually a MCD that the Stormbridge Center put out earlier. Let me go to find it real quick. They actually just put out a mesoscale discussion about 6 minutes ago, actually. We'll take a look at that one first, but I'm gonna try and find the other one that I was looking at earlier. There we go. Found it. All right. Let's hope this goes to the right thing. It did. Okay, cool. So here's the meso analysis. Okay, so here is that MCD that I was talking about. That the Super Center put out earlier, and I just realized my webcam on here is completely just broken. Is it like that? No, it's just on that. Encoding overloading. Turn down the video settings, bro. I can't do that midstream. What are you talking about? All right, we're gonna have to do without. We may have to do without webcam on this one here too. Yeah, we're gonna have to do without webcam on the weather news section of the OBS here. So here's the MCD I was talking about earlier, and they had 3 cells they had transfers. This one here, and then this one here. This one, I would say they definitely nailed it. The one to watch for, because this one produced a very strong tornado. Also, that tornado warning on that one cell just went back to confirmed again, and we do have a debris signature on it too. And then here's the MCD put out 6 minutes ago. Tense supercell capable of strong to intense tornadoes is likely to continue. And they have this going for the next couple hours too with the cell. All right, back to radar, because we did just go confirmed again here. And here's your debris signature right in here. This is going to be on the ground over near Arlington. That's going to be going northeast. There is a storm chaser nearby this too, it looks like. Which is Jaden Pappenheim. What is it? Okay, seriously. That's another thing that's been annoying too. Is I mean, this Twitter being Twitter, but yeah, we have another tornado. But anyways, we do have another tornado on the ground. Once again, this could be near Arlington in Mississippi. This could be going northeast towards West Lincoln and Thayer in Mississippi. Let me switch back over to. Let me switch back to where is weatherwise at? Oh, here it is. So here's weatherwise. Let me because I probably should change my base velocity and all that on here. Color map exceeds maximum sight. What the? Okay. Let me go back to GR2 analysis, guys. I don't know what I did. I think I broke it. Yep, I broke weatherwise. I don't know how that's. Yep, I broke. Yep, I broke it. Yep. And this just went back to PDS tornado as well. So we now have a PDS tornado again in Mississippi. Once again, this is making its way northeast, going towards West Lincoln and Thayer in Mississippi. And Radar Omega is behind again, as per usual. Wish I could circle and draw on here too. I have to get outside software to do that. Did I fix it? Or is weatherwise fixed now? Weatherwise is indeed fixed. Okay, cool. I don't know what that was all about. Apparently, my stream must have hit a hiccup, apparently, too. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully reconnected, yeah. There's first stream back and a lot of weird issues. That's always great. Not. Holy contamination on velocities, man. just looking at radar here on GR2, but even looking at radar Omega 2, this is what radar Omega looks like. Holy katam katam. Okay, well, that radar looks a little better. I think our has this one is okay. Which one's the one that has updated recently? I think they just both updated. I think just a couple of minutes ago or so. Oh, let me go to 21 frames instead of 75 because that yeah, you can see your debris signature. So let's go step by step. So you have your little bit of debris signature here. Then we have another one there, there, and then latest scan. It's just over here between Arlington and West Lincoln and Mississippi. Once again, this is a PDS tornado warning, meaning we have a large and deadly tornado on the ground. Or potentially a strong tornado that's on the ground as well. Which, I mean, we don't exactly have the world's cleanest velocities, but what if, I don't know how much storm relatives get help in this situation. It doesn't seem like, I mean, a rotation to be in here where that debris signature's at, but it doesn't seem like, storm relative and all that's got to take out all that contamination that's going on in there with the velocities. Latest scan also did just come in too, so this is coming. What's the intervals between these scans? This came in 2 minute scans, 2 3 minute scans. That's actually pretty. That's actually pretty quick, actually. Which is, I mean, sometimes scans take a little bit longer than that, so about like 4 or 5 minutes, depending. But I mean, faster is always more helpful, considering what we're looking at right now in terms of tornado that's currently on the ground in here in Mississippi. Once again, this is gonna be over near West Lincoln. They'll make its way northeast. It's gonna be crossing I-55 at some point here, probably within the next probably 10 minutes or so. Let me expand this a little bit. I need to center myself a little bit better here. That's also another thing. Also would crisscross applesauce on my chair like I normally do, but I can't do that because I have a boot, like a boot on, like a medical type boot, not like not like a winter type of boot. My ear decided to ring randomly. That's fun. All right. Yeah. Okay. We have a much clearer picture of our velocities here. So that would be your tight area. Velocities did just update a minute ago. We're still 2 minutes behind on CC. What's our reflectivity? So velocities have the are. I mean CC and reflectivity behind by 2 minutes, but our velocity is behind by one. So I mean they're relatively up to date, but still waiting for the next scans to come in a second here. So looking at the direction that the velocities are going, this looks like this is gonna be heading towards Brookhaven, Mississippi here. Let's see. All right, I think our velocity is just updated. Still a strong velocity couple here. I think our CC also updated too. So we still have a strong tornado on the ground here. Yeah, I definitely gotta figure out my, because the thing is with this webcam where it's positioned too. Because I mean, I feel like if I probably shifted my PC a little bit more over, I probably could switch it to over here on my second monitor, because this webcam is a really short folder on it. It's not exactly ideal, but the quality of this webcam is much better than my my Logitech webcam I had. We also have a new tornado warning. That's be for Beaumont, Neely, Wilson, Call Green, Leaksville, Sandhill, Grafton, and we zoomed in a little bit. There'd probably be a couple other towns here. Yeah, Clark, Olivera, Knobtown, and that is also in Mississippi as well. I don't know why that's another thing that's not working right now either, is with Brighter Omega, is the because we go to display settings, there is I have this on, but the thing doesn't want to work for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. Like, even in counties, it could be the case for just not wanting to work in general, but oh well. Still got a deep debris signature. This just updated a minute ago too. So this is causing damage. This is it's probably is, or this is probably more than likely at this point now is just crossing onto I-55 and exiting I-55, making its way towards Hartman in Mississippi here. I still would be cautious in this section here, with this tornado here, with the direction this thing is heading here. Latest CC just came in as well. Still a deep debris signature here. I need a. Velocities are completely broken right now on Radar Omega. So yeah, we definitely have another potentially strong to violent tornado on the ground here. Although I don't know how far. We're kind of far from radar here. Even we're kind of far from radar here. Well, between radars, but kind of far from radar. But I think we should be close enough that we are able to at least see clearly with both the velocities and Well, CCV been able to see clearly for a while now. Um, apparently, Aaron Rigsby's car got disabled by lightning earlier. Looks like. I just saw the clip of it. Yeah, holy, yeah. That I don't know if I've ever seen. I don't know how many times I've seen lightning disable cars before, but wow. And we have gone not PDS tornado emergency warned again. And this is gonna be for basically the same areas here for Thayer, Hartman, Fair Oaks, Cam, Brookhaven. So if you're in any of these areas, make sure you get to your safe place if you haven't already, and continue to stay your safe place if you are already in a shelter, whether it be the lowest part of building your home, most secure part of building your home. Yeah, I am not surprised they've gone tornado emergency on this thing at all. Just considering the velocities that we were seeing on the thing. I mean, velocities literally broke themselves on the last scan. And we still got a deep debris signature on this thing too. We got our CC, yeah, CC just updated too. Still got a debris signature over Thayer and Hartman, Mississippi here. Still got strong velocities on this too. And it did just expand the tornado warning over towards East Lincoln, Monticello, Silver Creek, and New Hebron in Mississippi here. And this is a third. This looks to be the third tornado emergency as well. Looks like. At least from what I'm seeing with it, because I'm in the global weather and EAS. What the name got? Global Weather and EAS Society Discord. 7:03 tornado emergency. 7:11 p.m. Central Daylight Time tornado emergency, and 7:58, which is the one that just got issued now. So that's 3 tornado emergencies in one day. They also did just release the next Outlook here. Why is that Outlook that I didn't want to go back to yesterday? This is one thing about the Super Center site that's been really weird lately, where it does that. It's really weird. Alright, so I mean it hasn't fully updated yet, but still got the enhanced risk. I don't know if they have done anything with the tornado risk, or I don't know if they kept it a 10% with SIG1 or not. We'll see. Let's continue to stay safe places. There's a tornado emergency and also PDS tornado warning ongoing. There's also a new Mesoscale discussion coming out soon here as well. We'll take a look at that at some point once that fully comes out. Probably once. Well, this thing's been. I mean, this thing is cycled and produced. This thing's been producing and then cycled, and it has been producing again. We're a couple minutes behind on CC here, so we'll see what happens with the next scan here. I don't know if the next scan's coming in or not on here too. Let me take a look. I think it might have. This shows 1. Yeah, I think it did just update a little bit ago. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so another deep debris signature here. I would not be surprised if this thing's picking up a ton of trees, because that's another thing about the southeast. There's a ton of trees down here. I think I don't know if it's probably at this point it's probably safe to call this a tornado outbreak at this point. All right, so it's concerning the tornado watch over in Georgia. Damaging gusts and a couple tornadoes remain possible. And that tornado watch up there going. Actually, this one tornado watch out here. Actually, no, this is a whole new one. When is this? No, it's going till 1 in the morning there. I mean, just wow with the tornadoes we've had on us today. Let me actually go back. I can go back 30 frames actually. I think it'll probably give us a view of what we had earlier with the tornadoes over in this section of Mississippi. Even from the radar down here in New Orleans, it has a decent view of that debris as well. So this debris is getting chucked way up there. Number 1 continues for Leakesville. That's this tornado warning over here. So this is, I mean, this was warned also for baseball size hail, but it looks like, I mean, this will probably be lingering for a while with that rotating. From what I'm seeing in the Discord here, was listening to the police scanner through Lincoln, but just went offline. Oh, that is not good. That's not a good sign at all. If that's the case, so communications. It must have hit something with communications down there. If that's the case. Oh, and they just went Tornado Mercy with this now as well. Looks like too. So now Monticello, Silver Creek, New Hebron, all the way down to Oakville is now in Tornado Mercy as well. So if you're near any of those areas, make sure you get in your safe place if you haven't already. So this is another tornado emergency in Mississippi. Once again, continue to stay safe places. Say tornado emergency that's in place right now. Um, all right, Connor Croft is over near that the tornado over here in Mississippi. Literally fog in front of this Brookhaven tornado. Sounds like this thing is rain wrapped, which is even a worse situation because you can't see. A little bit messier of a debris signature, but that doesn't mean this thing is not on the ground here. Once again, continue to stay in your safe places. A tornado emergency. And it's also warned for, well, was warned for golf ball size hail, but now they took it down to that size hail. And it seems like there's two areas that are rotating here. One here and one here. Uh, don't tell me there's multiple tornadoes on the ground here. It also looks like there is a shelter-in-place warning over in Lamar County in Mississippi. Message from iPod's cab, Lamar County EMA. Everyone remains shelter-in-place in the purpose area due to tornado damage. I need to switch back to CC real quick here, if it'll load. Yeah, I saw the debris signature here. So we've had 4 tornado emergencies today, and this one cell has been producing all the tornadoes in this as well. Now I might let me go to double view here because that'll give us a view of both the debris and then also the velocities here. Also, the nice thing too is since I have a green screen, you see debris right. Where's my finger at? You see debris right here, and then on this side, you can see your velocities right in here. Charge my headset. I know this thing was beeping about. Ooh, it's getting stuck underneath this. So it looks like this is making its way northeast here. I mean, wow, this is yeah, quite the tornado, I will say. 4 tornadoes if we just had twins. Which, looking at this radar shot here, or at least this scan here, that does look like it is the case that we had a tornado, twin tornadoes, and then we probably had we probably now have one on the ground just there instead of the two. Either way, still, once again, still a tornado emergency situation. Strong to violent tornado on the ground. Make its way northeast, going towards Fair River and Monticello in Mississippi here. I'm back. I had to do something real quick. Still have a deep debris center trying this thing. Holy. Alright, put this back on. Alright, so the other tornado emergency that, well, it was upgraded to a tornado emergency. That one has expired out. But we still have a tornado still on the ground. It's gonna be right over near Fair River. This is crossing over Harmony, Mississippi. Still making its way northeast towards Monticello, Mississippi. Go back to one frame. Well, single view instead of double, so we can kind of, well, I mean, not that double view did help, but just kind of go back to single view to get a little bit of frames back here on my PC. I also have no more tissues in my room. My nose is actually killing me right now. Wonder what the. Let me take a look at. I thought there was a way I can look at. Not differential reflectivity. Specific differential phase? No. I may have to look at GR2 for what I'm trying to specifically find here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that, yeah. Yeah, even looking at GR2 analysis with Enrot, yeah, that is some you could definitely tell there's some quite the Enrot in there. Well, rotation in there, but okay, Jackson's radar seems to be closer, it looks like, perhaps. Take a look. Try to compare the two. I think we're still between both radars still, however. Still tight air rotation, still over near Harmony and Fair River, Mississippi. Still making its way northeast towards Monticello. Continue to stay in your safe places. They also still got that tornado warning over near Lakesville, Mississippi, still going to on too, but that's still radar indicated. They haven't extended it yet. I don't know what the office is this. Oh no, it's Mobile. So Mobile has not extended the tornado warning on that one for down there yet. And seems like they might not. Although, I mean, there still seems like maybe a little bit of rotation left in there, but probably not anything super strong. Unlike what we're looking at right now with the tornado emergency warned tornado here in just, well, west of Monticello. Well, the tornado's west of Monticello right now, but the tornado emergency that covers a lot of towns right now. Well, CC did just update too. Yeah, that's creeping more east towards Monticello here. I think I just accidentally hit my microphone here. Now it's buzzing. Yeah. Hold on a second. I fix it. All right, waiting for the next scans to come in here. CC I know updated about a couple minutes ago. I don't know. Okay, velocity updated a minute ago. Where's her reflectivity sitting at? Our reflectivity updated 2 minutes ago. So I think you could actually see the debris ball on reflectivity actually on the scan because you have that purple on there, which is where your debris would be. Oh, I didn't even realize that MCD from earlier with the mesoscale discussion. Did I look at this one? I might have looked at this one earlier, which is the MCD or mesoscale discussion I was posted at 7:18 p.m. Central Time. They had a potential peak from 140 to 170. And that was with the supercell was strong tornado to persist. And they have an estimated wind 135 to 180 near Meadville from earlier, which is insane. That 180 I think is high end EF4 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually it'd be mid range EF4 if that'd be the case actually. With the estimates there. Right, latest velocity came in I think a minute ago. Wow, that is a really quick scan. They must have put on sales mode, which sales mode allows for quicker scan, lower and quicker scans. Latest CC came in as well. Seems like we still have some debris ongoing here. Still making its way east towards Monticello here. Velocities have not updated yet. They did just condense that tornado emergency. All right, velocity have now updated, which still seems like we have a tornado still ongoing there as of the latest scan. Hopefully this thing lifted before Monticello, but we have to still wait for a couple of scans to come in here before we can confirm. There's another thing too, because I can't imagine anyone's gonna be able to see this very clearly, because this tornado was and is as of for at least from what I can tell from what I've seen from because Connor Croft is down here too. From what I heard, it was basically rain wrapped. That makes things very difficult to see. John McKinney is nearby on this thing. Yeah, and it's also, I mean, it's 8:26 p.m. now, so it's gonna be dark. But so rain wrapped and also dark outside. Yeah, that's a recipe for both danger, but also not being able to see this thing at all unless you get lightning lighting this thing up. But I don't even think the lightning's gonna help too much with it being rain wrapped. Let me take a look at the mesoscale discussions that, one mesoscale discussion that just recently came out. So, with the tornado watch that is going on between Mississippi and Alabama, severe threat continues within the tornado watches. Level of jet is noted across southern Mississippi over the last couple hours. Notable increase in supercell intensity. Guidance suggests that through time, 40, 50 knot level of jet will increase and move northeastward into southern Alabama over the next several hours. Mature supercells coming out of Mississippi may continue. I'm having issues reading today. pose a risk for tornadoes in Alabama as a result. Cells along the front may tend to grow upscale into clusters, but will still pose some risk for line bed circulation, potentially tornadoes. And latest velocities have came in and CC, so we still have a case of a tornado still on the ground here. It looks like if that's not because there can still be after a tornado lifts, they can still have debris fallout afterwards. And that could be the case here, but still continue to stay in your safe places. If this is still on the ground here, this could be going right towards my cell here. In Mississippi. Let me go back to double window here. Alright, if the latest velocities came in, doesn't look super strong. I mean, we should be close enough to radar to at least see that there still is a tornado on the ground, or if there is still strong rotation within this tornado. John McKinney's also like right there too. Also looking at John McKinney's stream, there is a ton of trees in this area. So there's tornadoes as of right now, probably picking up a ton of trees. I'm not exactly sure how many houses are in outside of Monticello, but I mean there are quite a few roads out here, so there are more than likely. I mean, because I know in states like Mississippi and Alabama, you have a lot of mobile homes. Alright, latest scan just came in, and also CC drop as well. Still looks to be a case that we do have a tornado still underground here. Well, let me take a look. Yeah, this would likely still be a tornado underground here. Going right towards Monticello, or is now entering into Monticello, I should say specifically here. Oh yeah, they did keep the 10% Sig 1 for the enhancers. I'm surprised they didn't go Sig 2, considering the tornadoes they've seen already on us with this one cell that's been producing for the past couple hours. Well, past couple hours, yeah. If we waiting for the next scan to come in here. Actually, updated 2 minutes ago, so well, I mean, we're still waiting for the next scan to come in, but still. All right, latest scan did just come in. Still deep debris signature. This is at this point right on top of my solo. Checking IEM to see where our first PDS tornado warning was today. Which our first PDS, well, at least when our first PDS tornado warning was. Our first PDS tornado warning was at 6:43 p.m. today. And then we had, before it went tornado emergency warned, we had that PDS tornado warning over in near Meadville, and then that went tornado emergency warned. All right. Next CC just this thing is still on the ground. What does our reflectivity look like? Doesn't look like. I mean, it doesn't look like it has much of a hook on it, but our velocities aren't super strong either. Still, we'll have to see if this thing. I mean, this thing's already produced multiple times. We'll still have to see if this thing continues to produce tornadoes even after this. Hopefully it doesn't, because there's already been multiple areas that have been hit by tornadoes today. Alright, latest scan came in again. Not seeing much in terms of debris signature. Although we probably have a small one right in here. But this is probably, I mean, this is probably. And I have no tissue boxes down here, so I can't even blow my nose after that sneeze. That's not great. So there's a chance. I mean, still have a tornado emergency is still going on, but we'll probably see this get downgraded to probably. I would imagine probably down to either PDS or back to just regular observed. Probably soon here at some point, but we'll have to see. That's right. I've had John McKinney stream muted. Why did? Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. So they dropped the tornado emergency. We're back to just radar indicated tornado warning. So let me turn off everything else I have on right now. All right. There we go. So probably seeing now debris fallout now with this tornado warning storm here. All right, I'm gonna get a tissue box. Be right back. I'm back. I had to. Okay, where do I put this box of tissues at? I need because I still have a bunch of I still have a bunch of cars on the side over here. All right, they issued a severe thunderstorm warning on that cell over in Alabama. They have a tornado pause tag on it? No, they do not. I'm like, I don't know if they would put a tornado pause tag on it or not, because I know they at least the Storm Prediction Center I know is eyeing it, but Seems like this cell fell apart. Looks like as it makes its way east. Not to say it couldn't re-intensify, but I think it's going into a much more stable atmosphere compared to if it wasn't. But oh, let's take a look at CC here. Yeah, CC just updated. Not really seeing much of it in terms of a debris signature here. All right, that's I was about to say. I thought the Storm Dictionary was releasing it like an MCD or something like that, but no, it's a Thunderstorm Outlook, the O100Z Thunderstorm Outlook, which is 8 o'clock Outlook. But I need to. That's another thing I need to learn is not to get so close to my microphone with specifically this microphone, okay? Or this need to like adjust the sensitivity of this microphone because I mean speaking is like too loud. This thing spikes itself like a football. I'm like, why? Yeah, it seems like we got more. We got more storms starting to initiate on the backside here, but all right, they just issued another tornado warning for Bassfield, Prentice, Carson, and Collins, and Seminary in Mississippi. That is also radar indicated rotation as well. I need to turn down Freddie McKinney's stream. Holy, the rain is loud. Or not Freddie McKinney. John McKinney's stream. Actually, let me just mute that. Holy, that the rain is so loud. I mean, it is like it's about as loud as when my mic spiked. Interesting. So the vertical wind profiles were showing much higher 0 to 1 kilometer storm relative velocity compared to the RAP. The RAP was showing at over 100. Meanwhile, storm relative velocity, especially the one from KDHC, which I think is yes, New Orleans down there. That's National Service National Service New Orleans was showing 0 to 1 kilometer storm relative velocity at 345. Storm relative velocity. That is as quite the storm relative velocity values. Haskell, Arkansas. I will say, by the way, let me get water real quick. so I can not have a dry throat while speaking. I'll say Arkansas is not in any severe threat, and I mean there is just rain all for the most part up here. It just a nice little big old area of showers. Although I do wonder if do I even have lightning? I do. Wonder if there's any lightning up here at all. Although there was some earlier. Looks like over near Darlark and Sparkman, which is very ironic me mentioning the town of Sparkman with Arkansas and lightning. Yeah, just not really any severe threat or anything up there. They're all good to go if that's what you're wondering. Because well, pretty much all severe threat is gonna be down here in Mississippi. Louisiana, I think, should be. I mean, not that we couldn't see anything severe again over in Louisiana, but not Louisiana. Uh, Mississippi is gonna be seeing the most, I think, for terms of severe weather for the rest of tonight. I think because just based on the cell that produced multiple times, I think definitely gonna be probably active next probably couple hours or so. Mississippi. Hearing a little bit of thunder. It's about yeah. I was about to say it's been a while. Actually, no, it has been a while since I've heard thunder. Not too long though, but it has been a little while. I don't remember what day it was off the top of my head either. That's the thing. Because in April we had severe storms up here in the Midwest, and on the 17th, and with severe storms you get lightning, thunder, and all that. But I did manage to get the video of tornado sirens, so that was interesting. First time I hear tornado sirens without it being a Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month. But how yeah, it is evening. So how are you doing this evening? Also, I'm keeping an eye on how this thing looks right now. I will say, because I guarantee you this thing's trying to gear back up and trying to produce again. Because I mean, you got your hook down here, then you get your supercell here, and we probably have, at least in terms of rotation, probably, I mean, still broad rotation down here. And the last, I mean, in terms of debris, we had, I think this, I don't know what the situation is in Monticello right now, but I hope it missed Monticello. Oh, Adam Lucio's in, oh my god. Alright, Adam Lucio is in Monticello, looks like. I completely missed the trash can. Nice. That's one thing I have not checked today at all. Is the hydrological outlook from the Weather Prediction Center, which they actually have a. Let me go to satellite real quick here. Which they have a moderate for flash flooding between Mississippi and Alabama out there. Which I'm not surprised considering. I mean, we already have flash flood warnings out there, but I do wonder if in Marcel, if a lot of that was debris fallout. Says uh between 2 and 4 inches of rain have fallen, and additional amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible. And this, I mean, Alabama and Georgia have flash flood watches, but not Mississippi. I think this thing is trying to gear up again here. I mean, you have your inflow region in here. I think one of the things that helped with it producing the tornadoes that it did too is all the mergers it had with it. And I mean, we have a lot of like nudgers on the backside. I mean, if you go back on the radar here, you can see all these that have been feeding into the cell more If that one feed it in, that one feed it in, producing. And at this point, we just have storms on the back side of this thing. Oh, the west side of this cell. I don't know if those things are really doing much in terms of nudging this thing into continuing it as continuing the potential for it being tornadic, but that tornado warning actually about to expire next minute here. So let me update. About to say I was about to keep it as tornado warnings because I was like maybe I should put tornado warnings because there's two of them, but one is just expiring. So alright, well there goes the other tornado warning over here. Look at this area, broad area rotation. So I'll obviously gonna be keeping an eye on that. Let me. I think Radar Omega has nice tilt 1, tilt 2 for velocities. Man, Radar Omega does. I keep forgetting that Radar Omega does not give a lot of options for velocities here. To go over to GR2. I mean, there's rotation, but seems like it's getting. I mean, at least on what I'm seeing here, it's getting broader each scan here. Although there is all this, we got probably some inflow here on this side. That's some strong inflow on that side. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this because I mean, we could have the case where it's just outflow dominant at this point, but this looks like strong inflow in there to me. One thing I've not checked today as well as our storm reports. We have to sell back here. Can I switch maybe? Okay, there we go. Because John McKinney just mentioned the sell back here near Natchez. See what our lightning situation looks like with this. We still got a bunch of lightning. It seems like with this still, but still gotta keep an eye on that cell in case it does end up. Once again, still keep an eye on that cell in case it does end up producing, because this cell has been known to produce multiple tornadoes, or has produced multiple tornadoes today. Cell radar indicated rotation. They just condensed that tornado warning. This tornado warning that we're looking at right here. Although there is a chance this has gone Alpha dominant because you have, I mean, you have your rotation here, or was there earlier, and then you have all the winds outside of ahead of this. So I guess we'll see. Once again, we'll see what happens within the next a little over half hour, I guess. Interesting. Tornado Page he posted at 9:01, so 9 minutes ago. Likely spin up just occurred with flying debris and power flashes. Time 20:58. Can't confirm if still on the ground. Heavily wooded area with debris scattered on the road. So there's potential we just had a brief tornado a little bit ago. I'll be all over to because John McKinney is back over where is he at? Anyways, I think he's north of Monticello. I'm going over to Stormrunner Media. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Daniel Shaw is saying that there are fatalities on the stream for trailer park hit by earlier. Bogue, Chiquito, Mississippi area. Major tornado that got close to Monticello. Oh boy, that is not good. I'm curious what the just gonna look at digital accumulation array if it loads. Actually, let me go to storm total precip. Actually, yeah, there we go. Yeah, storm total precip. You can see this is from radar. A lot of rain over like almost 6 inches have fallen in this area here. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the same for over here too, or at least similar in some spots, or maybe not so similar actually. Oh, can the hiccups not? If this might, this thing's definitely trying to organize itself again. It's just probably doing it really slowly. Am I hearing? I'm hearing frogs from somewhere media stream because I'm hearing meep 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 meep. They're probably gonna extend this tornado warning in a second here, probably. We'll see, but we'll see if they do end up doing that. One second. Um, sitting down here. I mean, it seems like the atmosphere is becoming more stabilized. Lapse rates are not super high, although these storms have proved that lapse rates are absolutely just nothing. Okay, still got 22 minutes on this. Go back to not reflectivity, velocity for a couple minutes here. Which don't think you really have much left in here. This thing, I mean, if this thing's trying to get itself together, it's not really super um organized, I would say, in terms of rotation. I am watching Stormer Media stream right now on the side here, so I can see what's going on. Although it's there's lightning, but it's not. It's frequent lightning, but it's nothing like what we had earlier with the tornadoes from earlier, where the lightning was like going like I can't snap my fingers, but yeah, basically, essentially, but basically a lot of lightning with the storm when this thing was producing the strong to violent tornadoes from earlier. I need water. Mm. Their Harmony Monticello Tornado Fatality total 1. At least one fatality occurred from a tornado near Thayer, Mississippi. Source: direct communication with two reliable storm chasers who conducted search and rescue. I'm seeing. We had 4 tornado emergencies today, but I'm still seeing some stuff from. I want to say it's more. Well, the third one at least, and seems like there was potentially a lot of debris from the tornado from earlier. Well, debris fallout all the way northeast of Brookhaven, which is with strong to violent tornadoes, I guess is that super surprising that they can chuck debris, take it from one location and chuck it like miles away. I mean miles. Actually was the farthest thrown object by a tornado. 1,307 meters feet, which is 398 meters is 1,307 feet. Achieved by Matt Suter in 2006. F2 tornado of Orland, Missouri. Heaviest object moved by a tornado was an oil rig weighing 1.9 million pounds during the 2011 El Reno tornado. Not the 2013 El Reno tornado, which the 2013 El Reno tornado was the one that was the big old one that was rated EF3. Is that the? It appears to be the one. I know there was much more in terms of tornado records when it came to tornadoes transporting things miles away. And okay, yeah, they extended the tornado warning. I see for Laurel, Ellisville, Sandersville, and Mississippi. They're probably expecting this thing to. It's probably broader rotation on this thing, but they're. I don't know if they're I don't know if they're expecting this thing to tighten up a little bit more than where it's at now. See what else we got for tornado records. There is a whole Wikipedia page for tornado records, which I know Wikipedia has a lot of things, but man. See here. Of course, number one being the 2011 super outbreak, 367. Total outbreak total 367. 1974 148. Wow, I did not realize. I don't remember that. I did not remember that off the top of my head or anything like that. I don't know what the exact wording. I can't word right now for some reason. But the March 31st to April 1st, 2023 outbreak, 146 tornadoes. That came up just under the 1974 super outbreak. Holy. There was actually a tornado outbreak in the UK, 1981. 104 tornadoes. Wow. Tornado outbreak in December 28th, 29th, 2024, 108. That one I do remember because I remember it was I now I'm blanking on the town name. Galveston and all that down here. Galveston to Port Arthur with the tornadoes down there. I do remember that. And then it ended up being as we got into the night, it was a lot of QLCS tornadoes from what I remember. How many tornadoes did the March 14th, 2025 tornado outbreak have? I don't remember. I knew there was a lot of them probably, but see if this Wikipedia page gives a little bit more specifics here, if anything. Or it's just gotta, put all of them together because it's March 14th to 15th, but the March actually goes to the 16th, March 13th to 16th, 118 tornadoes. Record for the largest tornado outbreak in March. I saw another thing from the Silver Prediction Center. Although that might have been from earlier. I have my toenail. I think I just closed out my YouTube studio. I did not want to close that out. Some of our media are right in a tornado warned area. So haven't heard anything from them about this so far. I know there's a boatload of trees in this area. All right, now they're leaving the area. It looks like. Sounds like it's gonna be. Sounds like it's messy right now, though. For the most part. Oh, there's actually a has cam in Laurel. I don't think there's. I don't know about Cyclone Port though. Yeah, nothing on Cyclone, but there's a not has cam Cyclone Port in Hattiesburg though. Guess we'll cut over to weatherwise when this gets a little bit closer, perhaps. Although there's a probably be the case where we're not gonna be able to see it because rain wrapping. If it does produce a tornado, that is. Trying to click on, not click on. I'm trying to switch over to velocity. I'm kind of curious because I don't think I even looked at. Well, I know I looked at probabilities earlier, but I don't remember what they were. So it was a 60-40 for tornadoes, a 20, well, it'd be 20-40, well, 40-20 for wind, and 40-40 for hail. Which we did have, if I go over to the Storm Prediction Center site, because I know we had that hail event earlier today. I think it was this morning over in Texas, which we had a bunch of large hail there. And then we had a couple of hail ports over here in the main event area, I guess you could say, and both Mississippi and then also Alabama. We had a couple wind reports, but wind wasn't got to be the main. Well, it wasn't got to be the main threat for today. The hail and the tornadoes were, which we certainly had quite a few. Maybe not across the entire risk, but we definitely had quite a few tornadoes today. That was initially when I was looking at today's threat. I'm like, I don't know how much that cloud coverage gonna hinder this today's severe threat because I mean, because when you in cases where you have a cloud cover that can limit the instability, but once that cloud cover started burning off, you start having instability values build up, and then shear was not super high, but that started building up a little bit more. And then, because around 7 o'clock, we had that our first strong to violent tornado of the day. And then, well, I mean, the vertical wind profiles from the radars definitely showed that storm relativity that was way up there. So definitely panned out for a significant day for severe weather, no doubt about that. Also, another thing too, because I was watching radar earlier, I was like, wow, yeah, there's like quite a few storms during this year. I'm like, all right, that's gonna be another thing to watch for what our storm mode is gonna look like, and how much is that gonna affect our how much is it gonna affect our storms and our storm mode, which I mean, we didn't have. I mean, not every single storm went severe, but we definitely had severe storms today. I mean, we definitely had severe storms, and well, once again, storms that produce tornadoes. So, I mean, the environment was there for sure. I mean, I know forecast models were showing that too, with the environment being in place. Just matter. I mean, it's always a matter of if storms actually take advantage of said environment, like what they did today. Let's check up on because I don't know if because yesterday, which was Tuesday, it does now feel like it's Wednesday. But I want to check up on what my grades look like for my calculus and physics. Okay, so physics, well, not my physics, but calculus is not coming yet. See what it has my physics actually come in yet? Let's see. No, it's not. So still waiting on that. Because I think they're supposed to be. I don't know if they're supposed to be. Well, I think it's May 12th. They're supposed to be in by, but all right. So what I'm hearing from Storm or Media with this storm here, because LCLs are level, level. It's basically where the cloud level sits at, basically, and got rain wrapping. It's gonna be very difficult to see anything. So we may not. Unless we get like an open area with open amounts of like trees and whatnot, I don't know if we're really gonna be seeing much. Apparently, there was some delays in models. 18Z GFS. This is from 4 hours ago with this post. 18Z GFS, 20Z HRR. 18Z GFS is running at this time. So 20 minor model delays, 20Z HRR, 18Z GFS, 20Z DAFS. What is a DA? I feel like I probably know this model, but DAFs, 20Z DAFs. I don't think that's the AI GFS. Unless it is, but I don't think it is. Let's see. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. That velocity couplet is tightening there. And late, I went from tight rotation to broad rotation. If that was indeed a couplet, but hard to hard to know considering we don't have any storm chasers that are gonna be able to see this in this area. I still got 4 minutes on this tornado warning. So far, I mean, so far this is it's been pretty broad. If there has been any rotation for the most part with the cell, so I mean, could be the case. Where this thing will just be rotating, but it'll be struggling to produce well anything much. But yes, I am indeed live. Yes. Also, what's up, Party Cheese? We had 4 tornado emergencies today in Mississippi. Like this entire stream so far has been a Mississippi coverage stream for the most part. Let's see here. So 7:03 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 7:11 Central Daylight Time, 7:58 Central Daylight Time, 8:06 Central Daylight Time. Those are the 4 that we had today in terms of tornado emergencies in Mississippi. I don't know how many times. I don't know when the last time that has happened before. Actually, no. I do know, actually, off the top of my head, where we've had multiple tornado emergencies in a row. Last year with the Plevna tornado. Well, Greensburg to Plevna tornado, actually. And that was also quite the tornado event, too. Also, you probably can tell I'm using Radar Omega. This is the first time in a while that I've actually extensively used Radar Omega on my PC because I don't think it might be just be a web browser thing that I'm having issue with on this one on my PC here because kind of because my main monitor I'm looking at right here where Radar Omega and all that is it's a 1440p monitor, and I have a feeling that otherwise it's trying to compensate for that, and it's just not compensating that well. And it's also I think it's like a 180 hertz monitor too, so it's probably also compensating for that too, at the same time. So it might be my guess. My guess that's why Firefox lags. I do wonder if I used because at my second setup, yeah, in my dorm, because I use Firefox for YouTube for everything else basically, and then Brave for weatherwise. I do wonder if I'll have to do something like that. I feel that might be the thing I'll have to do. I do want to take a look at weatherwise because I know weatherwise has a Oh crap! I said my stomach. Oh, because I know. I was about to say I know weatherwise has. Be nice inside my stomach could stop cramping when I'm trying to talk. But yeah, I know weatherwise has other like alerts for other. So you got shelter in place, evacuation, media, civil danger warnings, civil emergency measures, law enforcement warning, local area emergency, 91 telephone outage, hazard weather outlook, and short term forecast. I thought there was a shelter in place somewhere. I know there was. See here. There was one earlier in the purpose area. I don't know if that I don't know if that's I don't know if that's expired out or something. Also, the Tory Watch is slowly being condensed. I mean, there's only an hour left on this thing but yeah, I think otherwise definitely trying to compensate because when I'm not streaming, it works perfectly fine. I have a feeling it's trying to compensate for the 1440p monitor and trying to stream at the same time. That is a really weird issue that otherwise has. I'm so I think I know I mentioned Weatherfront earlier. I'm so interested in seeing how that's gonna work out. I do wonder if because I know they're gonna have a web app, but I wonder if the desktop app itself. I wonder if they're gonna have because I know Weatherwise and Radar Omega. In order to use the desktop app, you need the subscription. I don't know if they're gonna be going to the same route or what. Yeah, this cell is not looking like it's doing anything at this point. It is it's getting merged with the cells on the west side of this, and it's mainly alpha dominant at this point. It's I don't see anything else of what anything else it could be at this point, to be honest. We're just under half hour at this point at this tornado warning. Wow, Boulder, Colorado got. Oh, they just can't. Did they cancel out the tornado warning? They did. No, wait. It might just disappear. No, it just disappeared. Wait, let me double check with weatherwise here. Because GR2 will show tornado warnings even though they're. Nope, I got that tornado warning got canceled out. Okay. I don't even know what the title is now. Because, I mean, there's not really. I mean, there's not a whole. There's not. I mean, there's not really a ton of severe dust warnings or anything going on. There's quite a few flash flood type of flood or flash flood warnings going on right now. Because I mean we're sitting at two severe dust warnings, one in Georgia and the other in Alabama. I think for the most part, I don't think we're really gonna see too much of a tornado threat in Georgia and Alabama unless something does end up changing through tonight. But everything's there's just a lot of showers and storms at this point that are stabilizing the environment up here now. Interesting. So, severe weather in Victoria County, Texas, produce an anti. Friday's severe weather in Victoria County, Texas, produced an anti-cyclonic tornado. Here's an anti-drone shot. Interesting. Let me well, I imagine this be what Friday? Yeah, it'd be May 1st. Friday. What Friday was it? I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like I should, but it's not coming to mind right now. But anyways, there's that post on that drone shot with that anti-cyclonic tornado damage. Oh my god, my headset finally charged up. I just saw a tweet from Brian M. Finger. Significant tornado damage on the north side of Purvis, Mississippi. First pick is church that was about to have service when else took shelter all the way behind a sanctuary. Pastor tells me everyone is okay. So it looks like a houses and I was saying in one. I'm guessing it's probably the church or something. And then there's warehouses that got damaged too. It looks like I'll send that in the chat as well. I did retweet that over on my Twitter, but all right. The Sword Action Center just issued another Mezcal discussion starting Tornado Watch 186 187, which are these two Tornado Watches here, Mississippi and Alabama. Still seems like strong tornado still being possible, looks like, from what they're thinking here. I just waiting, 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 waiting. I'm waiting. Also, this is the first stream of this month, too. Still waiting for the MC to come out. There we go. Alrighty. That did go to the right thing. And obviously no webcam because this is I still don't understand why it broke. that hard. Severe threat continues within portions of the tornado watches. Replacement watch may be needed by 04Z, which is 11 o'clock, I think. So strong tornadoes, large hail, and damaging wind being possible even through tonight, it looks like. All right, well, I said so far we haven't really seen too much of anything yet. They did say that a replacement watch may be needed, but I don't know if we'll really see too much of a tornado threat. I mean, we could. I wouldn't rule out. I mean, wouldn't rule out maybe another tornado at some point through tonight. It's just a matter of when. But I think our win. I think we'll definitely see a wind and hail threat for sure, though. Oh, my neck. What the? Oh, I clicked on what camera is this? Hines County EMA over in Jackson, Mississippi. Let's see here. Interesting. There was a tornado. There was a tornado down in Argentina. Looks like. That's why I'm just trying to see if there's anything in some of these areas here. Their lightning strike caused a house fire in Tylertown, Mississippi. There was a confirmed tornado report near Tylertown this evening. Let's see. Barstool Post. Snow in Colorado. Another post from the Weather Fatalities. Weather Fatalities Twitter account that posts news about fatalities on that have occurred. There's a new one that was posted 23 minutes ago. 2 deaths confirmed from mobile home park near Thayer, Mississippi, includes 1 child. Direct communications with search and rescue star chases near Thayer. We have a new severe dust storm down here. It looks like with tornado piles tag. Of course, I sail 6 mile per hour winds. Definitely a be a big old wind bag. I would. What did I click? Oh, clicked on Pennsylvania storm trackers. I'm like, what did I click on? Okay, we do actually have quite a few actually quite a few cells actually starting to fire up just west of Hattiesburg here actually. That's probably where I mean, depending, that could be where our next case of probably future tornado threat most, but obviously too far out I will say to no as of right now. Or maybe not too far out, but obviously not the there's words I'm trying to think of right now, but they're not coming to my mind. think for the most part, I mean, maybe a couple areas that'll be more linear than others, but and they just issued a severe this morning over here. There's a lot of lightning going on with this over here too. It looks like actually, because this is all because I do have this at 5 minutes. What is this? 1 minute. The 1 minute looks like that. So there's quite a bit of lightning with this storm over here. Was up that? Ah, what was I gonna do? I got meso analysis. So, all right, we'll go to meso analysis while we're at it. So here's what the meso analysis looks like. Still unstable atmosphere down here in southern Mississippi and even Louisiana actually too. So severe storms are, I mean, they're definitely still be possible. I'm looking at the effective layer for significant tornado level. Yeah, significant tornado potential with the effective layer. And there's definitely still, I mean, there's still potential in there for strong tornadoes. Because at this point, it's gonna be a, I mean, I wouldn't say low cape, but definitely not as high as it was earlier. Because we go back a little bit earlier for 29. All right, this only goes. But I wish I could go back to a very specific hour on the meta-analysis, but oh well. All right, we have a new server. New server. I can't speak. I think that is. I mean, I can't speak English sometimes in these streams, anyways. But sometimes I wonder if that's Sometimes I wonder if it's just a sign to be like, all right, time to finish and rest, which I may end up doing at some point here. $half size hail, 6 mile per winds, $half size hail, 6 mile per winds, $half size 60, quarter and 60. That's very, I mean, pretty much straight line winds for the most part with this area here. But other than that, I think finish the stream up for this evening. I don't know when I'll specifically. I don't know when I'll be streaming next because the next few days are don't seem to be super active in terms of anything. In terms of severe weather, at least there is a marginal risk tomorrow. Here in the southeast, there is a 2% tornado risk and a 5% wind, and there is a hail risk, but that's over back here in Texas, over near the Del Rio area and Sonora. That Del Rio and Sonora, Texas areas. And then day 3, there is actually another marginal risk, but that'll probably be a wind and hail threat day. But either way, it's not expecting anything crazy in terms of severe weather for a while. And of course, the GFS is spitting out its usual Fantasyland hurricanes. Well, it was at least. I don't know what run it was. Yeah, that does at least signal we are getting closer to we are getting closer to hurricane season, which is June 1st. Which by then, once we get to June 1st, then we'll be talking. I mean, we're still gonna be obviously talking severe weather and tornadoes and all that, but how much of severe weather, I don't know how much we'll be talking about because we're still so far off from. I mean, we're a month away from June 1st still, but well, a little less than a month. How many weeks? I don't know anymore, man. time lately has been feeling like it's been going way too fast for my liking. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next stream I do. Once again, I don't know when it'll be, but I will let you guys know when I post on the community tab. Which the community tab I always post to. But anyways, have multiple ways to get alerts. Stay safe out there.